the item of pursuant to the city council meeting rules. Stand by. Pursuant to the city council meeting rules adopted by resolution number 23618, members of all boards and commissions and the public are reminded that they must preserve order and decorum throughout the meeting. In that regard, members of all boards and commissions, as well as the public participants, are advised that any delay or disruption in the proceedings or refusal to obey the orders of the city council, board and commissions, or their presiding officer constitutes a violation of these rules. The city of Riverside is committed to fostering a respectful workplace that requires all employees and external stakeholders to embrace a culture of transparency and inclusivity. This includes acceptable behavior from everyone, a workplace that provides dignity, respect, and civility to our employees, customers, and the public they serve. City meetings should be a place where all members of our community feel safe and comfortable to participate. While there could be a high level of emotion associated with topics on this agenda, the city would like to set the expectation that all members of the public use language appropriate to collaborate, professional, and respectful public environment. The city is resolute in its commitment to eliminate any form of harassment, discrimination, or retaliation in the workplace. The city maintains a zero tolerance policy for harassment, discrimination, and retaliation in compliance with new harassment and discrimination laws. This meeting is called to order, and we shall begin the Pledge of Allegiance. The commissioner that is in person, I would like him, Commissioner, to start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America, and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. At this time, we will now go to the public comment. This is the portion of the meeting that's specifically set aside to invite your comments regarding any matter within the Commission's jurisdiction. Individual audience participation is limited to 3 minutes. If you are in person, please complete and submit a speaker card to the city clerk. To comment via telephone, call 669-900-6833 and enter meeting ID number 926-999-1265. Again, the meeting ID number is 926-999-1265. Press *9 to be placed in the queue to speak. Individuals in the queue will be prompted to unmute by pressing *6 when you are ready to speak. To comment via Zoom, use the following link at https://zoom.us/j/9269-699-1265. Select the raise hand function to request to speak. An on-screen message will prompt you to unmute and speak. You can also comment using the e-comments feature at www.riversideca.gov/meeting. Again, e-comments feature at www.riversideca.gov/meeting. for the public as well.
Chair,
Anyone present for the public speaking?
while we wait to see if we have any public comment, let's take roll call because the majority are appearing virtually, just so we have a clear record. So, Vice Chair Nelson,
Yes.
Commissioner Davis.
Yes.
Please unmute yourself.
Present.
Thank you. And then Chair Perkins,
Present.
Commissioner Allman. Commissioner Allman is absent. Commissioner Heinecker.
Present.
Commissioner Crick.
Present. Got my audio working finally.
Thank you. Commissioner Lee.
Present.
Commissioner Kuhn. Commissioner Kuhn is absent. Thank you. And it looks like we do not have any public speakers and there are no callers at this time. We can proceed with the next item. Thank you.
Thank you. Next section, presentations. Today we will have a presentation from King's Table Adult Disability Ministry about what their program offers to people with disabilities.
Thank you, family. I am your Commissioner, Gilbert Lee, and I lead the King's Table Adult Disability Ministry at the Grove Community Church. Thank you, family. Thank you, friends, and thank you, thank you, friends who are watching online, and especially my employer from Yes to More Life, Kathy Bridges. Today, I am presenting something that I'm very passionate about is disability ministry at the Grove Community Church. And I lead the ministry with a few other people who are here right now. And and this is something I am very passionate about, and I want to talk to you about what we do and what we establish here. All right. Introduction. First slide. King's Table is an adult special needs ministry at the Grove Community Church. We teach biblically based lessons to adults with disabilities. Next slide. We welcome adults with various disabilities and their parents and their caregivers and group homes. Next slide. Why do we have a disability ministry? Many churches do not provide this demographic because persons with disabilities often have felt turned away. Next slide. The King's Table is a program where persons with disabilities have a means to grow and practice their faith and establish meaningful relationships. Family members and caregivers find friendship and support. Next slide. What do we provide? We provide a Sunday school. We function as a Sunday school group. We have a lesson and discussion from the Bible, fellowship, prayer time, and a craft. After the lessons, we even had cooking. We even had a cooking lesson in the class. Next slide. Activities and outings. We have a picnic that happens every year in May. We have summer pool parties and movie nights. We have combined once a month and once per month birthday parties. One of the group home leaders runs a bowling league during the traditional school year, and an adult annual trip to the therapeutic horseback riding facility, and holiday parties. Next slide. We meet every Sunday at 12 p.m. in the chapel, which is now room D4 at the Grove Community Church, 19900 Grove Community Drive, Riverside, 92508. Next slide. If you need any information, this is my contact information and my co-leader's contact information as well too. Next slide. Any questions?
This is Commissioner Davis. I do have one question. My question is, with serving those people with disabilities, what's the most severe or less severe that you're able to administer to them?
We have adults with disabilities. We have adults with disabilities who are nonverbal and but we're willing to communicate with them as much as we can. We serve all sorts of people with disabilities.
You say all sorts. I'm just, this is from my information more than anything else. Those that have physical disabilities, are you able to accommodate them?
Yes, we do accommodate to people with physical disabilities as well.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Any other questions? Comments?
There are no
Consent
additional hands
calendar.
up. I'm sorry, there are no hands up.
Okay, thank you, Carmen Soto. So consent calendar. All matters listed under the consent calendar are considered routine by the Commission on Disabilities and may be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussions of these items unless before the Commission on Disabilities vote on the motion to adopt members of the Commission on Disabilities or staff request specific items to be removed from the consent calendar for a separate action. Separate items will be discussed following the discussion calendar. Item number 3, minutes of July 21st, 2022. All commissioners have received. At this time, do we have any comments related to item number 3 of the minutes? And I'll give you a moment.
Chair, we can
Yes.
take a moment so that they can review what's within the consent calendar, but the consent is passed with one motion. We do not need to make a motion for each item. So
Yes.
the commission can take a moment to review what is being recommended and then make the determination to approve the consent calendar as presented.
Absolutely. I appreciate you confirming that issue
All
of
right.
minor.
Yeah, so yeah, you
Thank
could take
you.
a moment to review your packet and then make the motion if you deem it necessary.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I would like to make a motion.
I second.
Ms. Soto,
Yes, ma'am?
would you like to take that? Because we have the second motion.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Commissioner Crick has a question.
The one question I would like to discuss item 4 because this would make the third straight meeting that we've had a commissioner miss, and we have had no notice of it. So I don't know if we should, we may want to discuss item number 4 separate from the rest.
Commissioner Crick, I respect you going to item number 4. However, we are still under item number 3, where we are reviewing the minutes of July 21st, 2022. That's what the motion was for just now.
I'm sorry, Chair. So he can
Yes.
request that item number 4 be pulled for discussion. So we can discuss that item, and then we would have to take public comment on item number 4 only. However, the motion was to pass the consent calendar, which is items 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 with one motion, but we have a request to pull item number 4 for discussion.
I appreciate that for item number 4. So in that respect, Commissioner Crick, I too agree that we can pull item number 4 for another discussion. And at this time, then I would like to, for Ms. Soto, I would like to also do the same for item number 5.
Okay, so pull item number 4 and item number 5 for discussion, correct? Okay, and then,
Correct.
so we do have a motion to approve the consent calendar with the exceptions of item 4 and 5. Can we proceed with roll call on that? And then we
Yes.
will go back and discuss items number 4 and 5. Okay,
Absolutely.
thank you. Commissioner Nelson, your vote, please.
Yes.
Commissioner Davis? I'm so sorry.
I believe we lost Commissioner Davis.
Okay, if we, let's give him a few moments. If we lost Commissioner Davis, we've lost quorum. We're unable to proceed with the meeting. Let's give him a few moments and see if he jumps back on.
At this time, Carmen Soto, this is Chair Perkins. I have a question. While we are waiting to see if we can continue with the quorum, I have an item that, oh, there he is.
Yes,
right
he's
there.
back. Yes, okay.
He's
So,
Okay.
where we
so
left-
disregard that request.
yes. Okay, so where we left off is we were voting on consent calendar for, I'm sorry, I have to go back and forth, for items 3, 6, 7, and 8.
Yes.
Correct? And we are pulling 4 and 5 for discussion. Okay. So,
Yes.
Commissioner Nelson, your vote, please.
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
I lost, let's see. Yeah, I lost you for a little bit there, but it seems okay to me.
Thank you. Chair Perkins?
Yes.
Thank you. And then Commissioner Heinecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Crick?
Yes.
Commissioner Lee?
Yes.
And Commissioner Kuhn and Allman are not voting. They're absent today. So, okay. We will go ahead and discuss items number 4. Chair Perkins, you do have to open up the lines for public comment. So if you want to read that blurb giving the public instructions.
And also, I would ask that the IT team also place the information, as they did previously,
Yes, ma'am. They
on
will.
the board. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So public comment, oh, excuse me? Thank you. Public comment. Audience participation is encouraged. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes. This is the portion of the meeting specifically set aside to invite your comments regarding any matter within the commission's jurisdiction. Individual audience participation is limited to 3 minutes. If you are in person, please complete and submit a speaker card to the city clerk. To comment via telephone, call 669-900-6833 and enter meeting ID number 926-9699-1265. Press star 9 to be placed in the queue to speak. Individuals in the queue will be prompted to unmute by pressing star 6 when you are ready to speak. To comment via Zoom, use the following link that is presented to you up front at https://zoom.us/j/92696991265. Select the raise hand function to request to speak. An on-screen message will prompt you to unmute and speak. You can also comment using the e-comments feature at www.riverside, which is riverside.gov/MEETING, which stands for meeting. Are there any public speaking or public comments at this time?
There are no public speakers in the chamber, and it does not appear that we have any. We have one caller in the queue, but they have not raised their hand to speak. So we can proceed with discussion.
Are we going to move forward without the caller in the queue?
Yes, ma'am.
So now we need to discuss item number 4. Is that correct, Soto Carmen?
Yes.
Item number 4, absence from Commission on Disabilities meeting on July 21st and also September 15th, 2022 of Commissioner Don Kuhn. Are we accepting the absence? Are we approving or disapproving the absence for number 4? Commissioner Don Kuhn.
Yes.
At this time, I'm going to go to Commissioner Crick before we take this item to vote.
I would like to know if Ms. Soto has received any communications from Commissioner Kuhn. Although we can't vote on his absence today, this would make 3 in a row. So I would wonder if they've had any communication from him in the meantime.
We have not received any notification from Commissioner Kuhn regarding the meetings or him being unable to appear at the meetings. If you review your staff report on page 14, it will state the recommendation and discussion and information as to whether or not we received any notification regarding the absences.
Would you like for me to advise what it says there?
Yes, so you can have a discussion amongst yourselves to make the determination as to whether you want to record those absences as unexcused as recommended, or if you wish to deviate and mark them as excused.
At this time, if you all take a look at page 14, it states clearly that it was no communication from Mr. Commissioner Kuhn. For both July 21st and September 15th. Commissioner Crick, you have your hand up.
Yes, I would like to record these 2 absences as unexcused.
Thank you. Commissioner Davis, you have had your hand up, but I don't know if it's for this or was it previously up and it wasn't.
No, that was my error. I was not wanting to make a comment on it as of now.
At this time, we need a second. Commissioner Crick has mentioned that he believes these two absences for Commissioner Kuhn should be unexcused. At this time, I will second that motion for unexcused due to the facts on page 14 of being not in attendance on July 21st and September 15th. And we're not going to add today, but that's one of the reasons why I'm making my decision. Commissioner Kuhn will receive an unexcused for these two past absences.
Okay, thank you. So we have a motion and a second, and we'll go ahead and take roll. Commissioner Nelson, I'm sorry, Vice Chair Nelson,
Yes.
Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Chair Perkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Heinecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Crick,
Yes.
Commissioner Lee.
Yes.
Thank you. The item passes. And now, Chair, you need to open up the public comment for item number 5. And when you don't have to read the hyperlink, you could just refer the viewers to the link displayed on the screen.
Perfect. Thank you, Ms. Soto, and thank you, IT team. Public comment, audience participation is highly encouraged. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes. This is the portion of the meeting specifically set aside to invite your comments regarding any matter within the Commission's jurisdiction. Individual audience participation is limited to 3 minutes. If you are in person, please complete and submit a speaker card to the city clerk. To comment via telephone, everyone is able to see the screen up front. If not, the public telephone number is calling 669-900-6833 and enter meeting ID number 926-9699-1265. Press star 9 to be placed in the queue to speak. Individuals in the queue will be prompted to unmute by pressing star 6 when you are ready to speak. As you can see, public comments are by Zoom, and the screen is before you. If you have any comments that you want to do by Zoom, by raising your hand. And also, you are able to use the e-comments feature, also before you on the screen. Are there any public comments at this time? We have no raised hands.
Yes, and there are no public speakers.
Inside the queue?
No speakers in the chamber.
Thank you. So there are no public comments at this time. We will now go to item number 5. Item number 5 is absence from Commission on Disabilities meeting on July 21st and September 15th, 2022 of Commissioner Kimberly Henniker. Again, you can now go to page 15 to review, if you haven't already, related to these two absences of Commissioner Kimberly Henniker. Take a moment and review, and we'll take a moment to see if these absences will be excused or unexcused. These two absences were shown to not have any contact with our Commission on Disability staff. Anyone want to make a motion? Commissioner Heinecker, at this time, I will go to, before I come to you, Commissioner Heinecker, I would like to go to Carmen Soto respectfully, because this motion is related to you. Carmen Soto, Ms. Heinecker has her hand raised. Do you have a comment on that?
Do you have a question, Commissioner Heinecker?
No question, ma'am. I just wanted to remind you that I was excused. I did get prior notice in July. However, in September, that was entirely my fault, and I take whatever decision the council makes on that. It was a miscommunication on my part. I'm sorry.
Ms. Soto,
Yes.
at this time, I respect what you're stating, Ms. Commissioner Heinecker. However, on record, staff noted that those two absences, they were not notified. So we can table this topic. Ms. Soto, is this something we could table at another date?
That is definitely something that you can request to come back to, so that we can do some more research into this matter.
At this time, I would like to table this conversation. I would like to say that this particular number 5 item was looked at, and we noticed it was unexcused. But at the same time, I would like to respect Commissioner Heinecker's thoughts and what she just stated. However, I would like to table this, so this item will be tabled.
Commissioners, you do have the option to make several motions. We do have a motion to table. However, you can also make a motion to mark both as unexcused. One as unexcused, the other one is excused. So there are several motions that can be made. And I will leave that at the discretion of the commission if they wish to table the matter, or if they wish to issue a motion that differs from what is recommended.
So right now, and I respect that also, Carmen Soto. However, what we have before us in outlined where all the public has read and seen. So for myself, and to be respectful of Commissioner Heinecker and the rest of the commissioners, I will base my decision, if we were to take a vote today, I would base my decision on what I see before me in the notes and what was sent to me prior to the meeting related to the absences of these two. So at this time, I don't know if I can overrule so that everyone could be fair with both on us as the commission and also fair to Ms. Heinecker on what we are viewing today. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to vote but one way, which is what I see before me, which are unexcused absence.
So it is your motion to table the matter?
My motion is to table the matter.
Okay. And do we have a second?
I second.
Okay.
I second.
Oh, we already received a second from,
Oh.
the record will reflect that the motion was seconded by Commissioner Nelson.
Okay.
At this time, we will move on to the next section.
We need to take
Or
roll?
would you? Yes.
Yes, on the motion that was made. So Commissioner, Vice Chair Nelson, this is to table the matter?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Chair Perkins?
Yes.
Commissioner Heinecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Crick?
Yes.
Commissioner Lee?
Yes.
Thank you. The item carries.
Would you like to go back to public comments at this time before we go to the next section?
No, we can proceed to the next section.
The next section is communications. Item number 9, updates of conferences, seminars, and regional meetings attended by commissioners. This is the area where you discuss what you have attended. Any conferences, seminars, regional meetings attended by commissioners. Carmen Soto, at this time, I would like for you to actually speak on the event that we were invited to. However, due to internal circumstances, we were not able to attend as a commission. Can you speak on that event? Because it was so important to the community, and if we can put that event out there, then at least someone knows that maybe next year, we as a commission can attend.
So we're not able to discuss items that are not on the agenda, but you can give an update as to the invitation that was received. Are you referring to the event at the Janet? Yes, you can give an update on that.
So I appreciate that, because I thought that that would have been a great, I had, my thoughts were to attend, and we were working behind the scenes to attend this event. So I just want to say the event name so that when we hear of that name next year, we all can support the community and the event itself. Give me 1 second, please. And the event was actually a 50 and better health fair for October this month. So at this time, Ms. Soto, I just say that in the future, if we receive any emails, requests of this commission, I would personally want to join to support not only the city of Riverside, but who we represent for our disabled team members in the community, so that we could present our resources and support any events who wants to support the community with the disabled community members.
Yes, definitely. The clerk's office, as well as general services, does make an effort to forward the commission any information that is forwarded to us from different events. Unfortunately, this time around, I think it was a timing issue that
Yes.
prohibited the commission from participating.
Yes, timing of when they sent the actual invitation to us. So I appreciate that, Carmen Soto. Thank you. Any other events that anyone wants to speak on under item number 9? At this time, number 10. Item number 10, items for future consideration as requested by commissioners. Items for consideration, future consideration as requested by commissioners. At this time, as chair, I have an item that I would like to discuss that I believe that would be very supportive of the community, very supportive of how we interact with the community, even while we're virtual. I understand that we all have been virtual for some time due to the world events. But at this time, I would like to say that we have one commissioner that is in person. Also, we have our lead staff member, Carmen Soto. And I also can see and appreciate there are members in the audience. At this time, because it's so important for us to be presenting ourselves to support our community, I think that I would like to say a challenge for not only myself, a challenge for all of us as a commissioner on the Commission of Disabilities. I believe that now that the world has calmed some for the reason why we're sitting here before our commission virtually, I believe I want to ensure that we can all work together and see if we can not only attend in person in our city to represent, like we have our commissioner sitting before us today, and I really appreciate you. Not only are you in person, you also did a great job in the presentation. I believe if we have a challenge of each one of us to have 1 to 3 persons to be invited to our audience for public viewing each month that we are present in the commission to represent our community or city of Riverside. I think that would bring a lot of notice, a lot of support, and then when we're speaking on events, we could be proud that we are trying our best to show the community that we are here to serve, and we are also here to support in person, not just from the screen. I too challenge myself to bring and invite community members so that they can really understand what we do. That way we don't have to necessarily just wait on people to call in on the queue. We can have our public people in our audience live. And that is something that I would like to bring to the table. Carmen, can you note that?
Yes, it's been noted, and it will be reflected in your minutes.
So I am expected myself. I wanted to join us today live. There was a lot of difficulties that was happening outside of going on with internet and a lot of other things going on. But I respectfully say I apologize for not being in person today, Commissioner, because I wanted to sit right next to you today and support you with your presentation. So again, that's one of the main reasons I would like to bring this challenge aboard. Any comments on this particular supportive of our community, supportive of our commission, so that we not only just sit between each other with speaking to each other, let's show that we can also bring visitors up front and in person so that we can have an open quorum and great discussions. Commissioner Davis, your hand is raised.
Yes, I just want to comment on what you just shared with us as commissioners, that I really think I appreciate that. And I think that now that as time, things are starting to change to somewhat of normality, that we will be able to do more, and also to put the goal of this commission really out there and bringing other people in and letting them know. And I just want to say thank you. I appreciate your words.
I thank you, and I also appreciate you understanding why I bring this forth, so that we can all have people in the audience, and it's a challenge. However, I can't give you anything for the challenge, but it would be so deserving and fulfilling for yourself to know that you are building this community with servants. So at least 1 to 3.
Okay.
Thank you. At this time, Carmen Soto, I don't think anyone else has anything else to add. Again, I think we all should give, because at this time I would have to say a virtual clap for our one commissioner that is sitting before us. So thank you, Commissioner, for being in person to support, and we will see you live during our next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Carmen, at this time it is now 6:20, and I believe that we can now adjourn.
Thank you. And we'll see you all next month. Have a good evening.
You too. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone, and see you again.